What's up, Cat? Go over to YouTube. Go watch Sadie's stream. We're gonna be warming up the same as usual, but it's rare to see a live amygdala stream. Speaking of streaming, hello everybody. Hope you're doing well. It's currently 7:30 p.m. Central Time. I would love for anybody to be here, but I feel like the amygdala feeding stream is like much cooler. But yeah, I hope you're all doing well. Like I said, 7:30 p.m. Central Time. It is a Monday. For those of you in the U.S., I hope you had a good Labor Day, and if not, let's have some fun with our labor being warming up and then drawing some cylinders. Let's get to it. Pretty unremarkable day. I really wish I was able to do more homework. I have a day's worth of reading to do tomorrow before class. All the angst associated with completing homework. Actually wait, we're gonna pause the timer. I forgot I'm playing this playlist. We're gonna gotcha. However, I think just joining Sadie's stream in general would be pretty cool. Not that I'm trying to kick you out or anything, but I think showing support for Sadie's streams to help the algorithm boost the relatively new amygdala channel is important. This playlist was attached to the Eco. I don't know. It's the same people who made Shadow of the Colossus and the Guardian, I believe. I can't remember the names. But I wanted something a bit ambient like that, but not the. I haven't curated the entire OST to just the songs I like. So there's some stuff. Jim's is making a manga? When did this happen? This is awesome. Holy crap. Dude, Jim's is so freaking creative. Like, she really doesn't let any, whether it be time or whatever, like, stop her. She is an unbridled creationist machine. It is ridiculous. Well, that's awesome. I really am excited to hear. Shoot, I still need to read that one person's manga in the Discord. She's the powerhouse of the creative cell. What's up, Bear? I would like to apologize. I did not understand that image was where Noi was introduced as like, oh shoot, she's a girl. And so I kept looking for it, and then I realized like, oh my god, when I actually found the panel, I was like, I'm so stupid. I hope you're having a good day. You're good, but I had a hunch it was in chapter 1. Yeah, I don't know why, but I feel like it happens again in some way with Nikaido realizing that Noi's a woman, but I feel like I'm hallucinating that. I was literally like going through the chapters of the manga and like playing higher or lower. Like, did it happen? I realized like how fuzzy my memory is of the story. Like, I can't remember when Nikaido went to Ends Manor or stuff like that. Yeah, same here. Like, it's all fuzzy. It happens, and I wouldn't call the story non-linear, but you do go to like varying perspectives and stuff a lot. And like sometimes the stories aren't even like modern, or there's some gaps in time. The movie you recommended last night, I really wanted to watch, and then I passed out. It was the robot one that you mentioned. I saw it and I found a way to watch it. Um, but I ended up just passing out anyways. I've been wanting a movie like Perfect Days again. Not saying that that movie's like Perfect Days, but I'm searching for something that same kind of experience, and it's a bit sad to admit I probably won't ever have an experience like that again. Bomb this guy with cannons. That is so good. Bomb this scallywag with cannons. Okay, I've got a new idea for the cat OC. I'm thinking of some sort of chibi cat. Is it chibi or chibi? I don't know. I don't know if he should stand on two legs or stand on all fours. These are all really good questions that indicate that you're putting a lot of thought into each detail of the character. Whenever I think of your cat character, I'm brought back to that cat movie that I was thinking about, that Bear and I were discussing. Oh, okay. Everybody go to Sadie's stream. Right now. It's very nice of her to ping. I'm going to watch the VOD. I can multi-watch. Huge. I feel like my mind is a bit biased as to Cat's OC design because of Sakamoto being four-legged. I also burnt my tongue eating a cookie earlier. I've had so many. I feel like Cat would benefit from a two-legged one because she also seems comfortable to draw animals. Huge. Yeah, I wonder what imply like what's the difference in representing a character? I guess one is just more animalistic. So that's a dilemma she can solve. True. I've been wanting to draw a lot more. Said I gotta read all day. I wish I could draw while reading. Which I can, just then my attention is split for both. Also great work with the bear character. Would you call it studies? Because like you're studying ways of drawing the character and such. Did you ever come up with a, not pressuring you to come up with a name because it's totally fine if the titular bear mug character does not have a name. I'm actually making an entire batch of cold brew green tea for tomorrow in my fridge right now. I really, really, really want to have it with like lemon cookies or something, like lemon tart or something, but I like the Girl Scout lemon cookies. Those are fire. I was thinking about that, but honestly, I don't think I'll put too much thought because I don't want to make anything with them other than like the silly stuff. So it'll just be named the bear, and I think that's awesome. Man, now I want to rename Gravel to the Grackle. I'm just kidding. I think Gravel's a good name. That's cool. I like that. Yo, what's up, Rice? Hope your Labor Day is going swell. I went to the grocery store today, and like halfway through me being in the grocery store, I was like, wait, today's Labor Day, and I'm like torturing these poor workers by going to the grocery store. And like part of it is like, what's the point? Like in some countries on Sundays, everything just shuts down. Like in Germany, everything shut down. Like I doubt, I don't know this, but I like doubt a McDonald's would be open. I actually thanked the guy working when I got some groceries. I didn't, and I feel really bad. They get time and a half. Okay, so that's at least there's a bright side to it, but still, yeah, holiday pay, I assume. You're probably pretty understaffed on those kind of days, so people either work longer shifts or whatever. Any I was gonna say like world shattering, but that's has like a negative connotation. Any crazy news on your end, Rise? Any revelations about the arts, about the world and life? I'm still like reeling over the fact that Gems is making a manga. Like I'm actually crazy hyped for that. Crazy news, not really. Hey, that's good in a way. Trying to make us work slightly less hours at work. We'll see how that goes. Ugh. Well, I hope you can get as many hours as you need in. At my previous job, I literally saw several people, emphasis on several, walk out just because hours were changed, like on the spot, not even negotiating, which I understand, but like, it's rough. Speaking of work, this will be a micro rant. Uh, since I'm going to be graduating soon, and I'll be quote unquote able to go to the more entry position, intermediate workforce for whatever computer stuff I assign myself to, whether that be data science or software or cyber. Um, of course, I have like my whole spreadsheet of all the places I'm applying to, which ones have referrals, put emphasis on like, oh, I like this location, I like this pay. Pay really isn't like the big factor. Like I just need a job. Like I don't want the crazy Google salary, right? But anyways, but one ranking that I've added to my list is everyone. I've heard a lot of people recommend a service called 80,000 Hours. It is I think nonprofit. I did this, guys. You can literally go to 80,000 Hours right now. I'm not sponsored, and you can get a free book. They will ship you a free book to your home about like how they work, what their goals are, philosophy about how you should structure work in your life. You can literally get it for free today. And it's about helping you pick a better career path that makes you feel more fulfilled. Because if there's more people who are doing meaningful work, then the world becomes a better place. I'm not sure if they have like ulterior evil motives or whatever, but I've read a lot of their stuff. I haven't read through their entire book, which you can also get for free, by the way, just online. And it shipped like within a week. It was crazy fast. But anyways, it's a chunky. It's not like hardcover or anything, but it's a book. Yeah. And so they have a job board where they you can sort jobs by like which kind of philanthropic organization it is, or like if you want to do things for regulating AI, or national parks and forestry, or childhood care and development, or stuff like that, right? Those aren't the exact categories, but you know, things that are meaningful and catered towards people's personal lives. And you can sort by like the profession. So I want to be a software engineer or cybersecurity or data analyst, something like that. However, sadly, there's not a lot of entry positions on the website. And of those, I would say an overwhelming majority of those are AI development. Um, and like, yeah, I think that's the end of the conversation. I mean, that's, I would like, it's not that I'm like, ooh, like, that is one part of it, is like, how much do I want to feed the beast in that sense, right? But like, I would like other options. And I know that's a greedy thing to say, to demand more working choices. But my wife's data analysis, and yeah, not a lot of entry level jobs out there. Nope. And if it's not entry level, they want 2 to 3 years of experience for the intermediate or whatever they call it, right? So yeah, it's I have a growing list though, ordered by things I actually care about. That's the main takeaway. Is I'm starting to find jobs. Location and pay are definitely not convenient, but I think I'd rather go that route. We're enrolling to a fellowship program. Huge. That's actually really huge. Do you have a good system for time management? No, not really. Because like the way I've always structured it throughout school is like I time block everything. But when it comes to personal tasks like study for this or do this homework, I've had issues because I can't estimate how long those will take. And but like if I say, okay, I do 2 hours of this homework this day, 2 hours the next, I typically run out of time. Um, or it's just really hard to gauge. Because then if I complete it really fast, then I have a bunch of gaps. So like I have to completely reorganize. So instead of like being very specific with tasks, I just allot, okay, this time is for homework. I order tasks by priority. So that's why streaming is at the end of the day. I hate to say it, but streaming is a lower priority for me than school. Logistically. But yeah, I wish I could give a better thing for that. It's just I mean, yeah, time blocking. Because like, let's say back when it was the summer, I had my job and I had part-time school, right? Like I think it was like 3 or 4, maybe 6 hours. Um, I would come. I would usually try to get morning shifts as much as possible. Then I would come home, do homework, stream, workout, or homework, workout, stream. And I would just move those blocks around based on the day. And weekends are reserved for chores and stuff. So things that need to get done. You got 86 Megatron. That's a lot of Megatron. I'm assuming 1986. I'll have to Google what that looks like in a little bit. But heck yeah. Oh wait, no, did you already show this one to me? Or like I feel like we've talked about this one and you were like waiting for it to come in. I could be misremembering though. I've definitely been waiting. Okay, then yeah, I think we might have discussed it. Can't wait for you to like send a picture and you have like this whole gangster freaking like setup, like room with all of these on display. How many do you is there a bound to your collection? Is there a point where you're like, yeah, or are you gonna keep going for the ones you like? My ellipses are okay today. Not too unhappy with them. That's the collector's remorse. Definitely gonna trying to limit what I do or collect. Who knows? I should start collecting something. I was thinking the birds that visit my nest, sometimes they drop a feather or two, but like I don't want to deal with that. It seems gross because it get like dirty. When I was younger, my dad and I started a coin collection. Where like if the economy, this was like 2000 maybe 12, and he was like, when the economy starts going up again, we're gonna sell. We still haven't sold. We have like so many old coins. Knowing my dad, and by proxy me, because we're very similar in this sense, he probably just wanted to have a coin collection for the sake of it, right? For the enjoyment of collecting coins. But he probably framed it to my mom as like, oh yeah, no, Kavel's like really into coin collecting. Knowing him. I enjoyed it though. It was especially fun. This was like when I was learning about how the internet works, and I think at near the advent of Amazon ish, because it's 2012, so Amazon's getting better. But we were mainly using eBay. And so the fact that my dad could like order coins, which by the way, coins for like my OCD brain, that's like meth. Like the notion I could get a little shiny object that's rare by nature. Oh my gosh. I don't know why I had to use meth. That's a strong reference. Um but like waiting in the mail and then getting these manila packages with the bubble wrap inside and then unpacking the coin. It's such a literal like dopamine hit experience, a little loot box esque. And like it's even more magical to me because like I said, I'm a kid who doesn't know how like the world or internet works. Actually, by the 2012, I should have probably known how the internet works, but for a while, I just couldn't fathom how YouTube worked, or like how history or internet or like websites, or like how anyone knew what any website was. It is kind of interesting to think about, like or at least to my knowledge, I don't have like a directory of websites, right? I've only learned about websites through being on some other websites. Or like cool math games was disseminated through other children rather than, everyone having like a teacher or a textbook say, this is cool math games. Also, just to highlight what a misnomer cool math games is, because like there were probably some cool math games on there, but like I there's that block puzzle game. That one was my favorite, where he had the block that goes around. Blocks Wars or something. And while I'd consider that one like stimulating, like the brain, it's a puzzle. It's still like blatant entertainment. I would not call that necessarily a math game. The one where you run and like you can twist the tunnel around you. That one definitely, I wouldn't say it was a very much a puzzle game. So much as like Temple Run or something of that era would be, right? Or like Subway Surfers. Is this where the party is? Nope. Go to Sadie's stream. Actually, I'm not sure how many people are on Sadie's stream or not. I want to watch the VOD though, because like it's rare that you get to see Amygdala prancing around doing stuff. Speaking of, now's a good time to go check out Arthropods and Chill. I almost said Anthropods. Arthropods and Chill, because we're going to do 2 minutes of VRB. Also, what's up, Delano? Hope you're doing well. Why is there a playlist being recommended to me called Random Minecraft Noises? Interesting. Anyways, so we're going to go do a couple of minutes of BRB. We're going to come back and do our 241st cylinder. Be right back. I lied. It's actually a 3-minute ad break, but don't tell anybody, okay, Bryce? Because I think you're the only sub here. So Oh, shoot, there's some pretty clouds outside my window. I just don't have a good view. Not to lambast the streams, but I do enjoy the nights where I can just chill out on some balcony or eating outside some restaurant and I can watch the sunset. But maybe it's the scarcity which makes it even better. Because, you know, sunsets are naturally beautiful, but maybe not being able to see them all the time makes them that much more special to me. Who knows? Cool, cool. Alrighty, so without any further ado, let's head over here. Also, Sadie said she'd be kind enough to make me a highlight reel of her stream, which is like crazy, crazy kind. Like, I don't want to burden her, but I would love to see that. True, yeah. It is the OG3. Almost 2 years ago. How many months are we off? Four-ish months off from... Oh, shoot, guys, oh, shoot. I have some technically bad news. It doesn't matter that much, but I won't be here for the second anniversary of this channel. I think it's like what, December 30th or 29th. I'll be studying abroad. I will not be here. I'll make sure to post something. I'll try. We'll see. That's weird to think about. I kind of feel bad. Huh. Well, let's get started here. Man, I planned that out poorly. It's only 2 weeks, but to be gone for the date highlighting the beginnings of this channel is a bit upsetting. Or like 3 weeks, technically. It's going to be a bumpy time, basically, and from here until I graduate. Any future plans on streaming? Of course. We're going to be streaming New Masters Academy. It's going to get real bumpy, you know, because I'll be gone for about a month. Or when's the video coming out on the YouTube channel? Still working on the lesson 4 script. It's actually been pretty rough recently. I haven't been doing my due diligence of working on it every day. And it's not so much of an issue of accountability, it's just time and stress. New Masters One Trick? I don't know what that means, unfortunately. We'll be streaming. I plan on streaming New Masters after Drawbox, but we'll see because we have a 3 months a month practically that'll be gone. There's a giant cut on my drawing board that's bothering me so much up here. Sorry. And then I'll be graduating next May. And then get probably moving, like big time moving, for a job somewhere there. So it's gonna be bumpy and weird, but we'll draw. I should be better about the working on the lesson 4 video though. I've been pushing it off. I need to find a way to incorporate that into my schedule better. Let's do a mid turn to the left. We're actually going to do a high degree stubby one, because the stubby one we messed up last time, because we didn't project the sides of the cylinder downwards correctly. So, yeah, I'm excited for New Masters. We're going to do the FODAP, Fundamentals of Drawing in Perspective, just to clear all bases, right? Because I don't think me going through Drawbox is enough to warrant me skipping some of the foundational courses there. And then immediately to gesture. Unless there's like another prerequisite course that they recommend for gesture. We said slightly turn to the left. We're gonna go pretty big with this one. Oh, if it's slightly turned to left, then I mean, yeah, we're gonna see a little bit over 90 degrees up here. Thought you said you're gonna do it when you're fully finished draw box. Yeah. Oh, sorry, not after the 250 cylinder challenge. So yeah, we're gonna 250 cylinder challenge, lesson 6, lesson 7. And I'm calling that like finished on Drawbox. We still have the challenges, but that's really all I want to get out of it. Because I feel like I'd be hindering myself at that point with other stuff that I want to invest my time into. Not that there isn't more to get out of Drawbox, but yeah. And then once we've finished lesson 7, we're gonna move on to New Masters Academy. But yeah, these lesson videos, it's so hard to work on that kind of stuff because like the streams take up an hour, which I'm more happy to do streams than to work on videos, right? But and then I have homework and groceries and whatever chores of the day and gym. And so trying to squeeze in those extra minutes. And maybe I just have to get used to doing just a minute or something, right? And in order to do that, decrease as much friction as possible towards opening up that program, getting an idea. So yeah, hell, if I have to do a line a day for that storyboard, I'll do it. Because at this point, it's so much better than nothing. I'm gonna have to foreshorten this a lot. So we said slightly turn to the left. We actually didn't have to rotate it totally this way because it's all just dependent on the angle of this. So if it's slightly turned to the left, we'll just do this-ish. Right here. But I'm really excited for New Masters. I hope the community is cool with like, or not the community so much as like just New Master Academy, like the organization, I guess, itself is cool with me streaming the content. I am worried though, also about how I'm gonna do the stuff pertaining to artistic nudity, right? Because Twitch does not allow any of that at all. YouTube does, and we can mark our streams as being adult only and all that. And YouTube has some better systems apparently in place to keep people safe and all that. But in the same vein, so yeah, we may have to, unless Twitch can better their rules, lower that bar. We may have to quit Twitch or I'll just do YouTube or like find a very creative way of censoring what I'm drawing. Tried to let my intuition guide where that point was, and I think we got decently close to being square. Update, Amygdala has fed, and I'm going back to her stream in a bit. Cool. What'd she eat? Yeah, what are they fed? I've come up with a plan. For me to encourage me to work on my storyboards, I'm not sure if this is a good or bad idea. This could be a bad one. I usually watch TV while eating lunch. But what if I just worked on the lesson videos during lunch? That'll at least get me working on it. And the argument is, oh, well, Kavel, you're sacrificing like what little free time you have left. True. Oh frick. Okay. Well, we can salvage this. I stopped early enough to actually salvage it. A roach. Whoa. I didn't know those were like nutritionally beneficial. Been having problems speaking as of recent. I can't swear on YouTube chat. You can't? I guess the auto mod there is a little bit more aggressive. Auto mod on YouTube is just like pretty strict. Meanwhile, Twitch auto mod is just silly. I wouldn't call it that effective. Roach. Oh, I'm trying to see what you're saying now. Oh, that's funny. Oh wait, never mind. I can see what you tried saying right there. Why are you saying that? I don't think that's a nice thing to call anybody. Oh wait, the YouTube thing broke. Frick. There we go. Okay. Should be working in. So I think when auto mod gets triggered on YouTube, it breaks it. Possibly. Who knows? First, true. Also, if you guys are wondering why the thumbnail is off, it's because I forgot to make the thumbnail for yesterday. And that also means I forgot to make it for today because I make it for the day in advance. So I'll be making both of those tonight. It's my bad, my bad. What happened to chat? I think YouTube automod breaks chat, or it breaks YouTube chat. I still haven't fixed it either. Like this is the same issue that's been happening with the YouTube combo chat. I've just literally just been too lazy. I'm pretty sure it's just a string error. So if I had just type checking to the script, it'll be fine. Your call. I'm not allowed to say anything in that regard given TOS. Oh shoot, I forgot. I have a school Discord that I haven't been looking at where like I have teammates and they could possibly like need to be contacting me. Frick. That's the thing that sucks about having a different Discord account because like I have one for personal and one for school. And like if I'm not signed into the school one, I don't get notifications for it. I wish there was a good way of getting notifications for both, but I don't know of that sadly. You guys ever sleep so hard you kind of like just forget who you are? Last night was one of those instances where like I woke up, and my alarm went off, and like I just kind of sat there, was like, where am I? Like, I think it was part because like I went from sleeping in my bed at my apartment to my bed at home, then back to my bed in my apartment, and so I was like probably dazed a bit by that, and then I don't know. I fell asleep at a weird time. I woke up at a weird time. Maybe or probably your case, it's frequent moving. Maybe I'm like that during trips. I don't know. Yeah. Also, I just slept pretty darn hard. And I'm not sure if this is a weird take. I like mattresses that are a lot more firm. This is gonna be a weird. Hear me out, right? I like mattresses that are a lot more firm, and my home mattress. My room's been basically transformed into the quote unquote guest room, right? So they got like a new mattress because I've been sleeping on a twin bed for my entire life. You're like, if we have a guest room, we're gonna make it like a bit of a bigger bed. So like the first new mattress I had, and it's like extremely squishy. Like you can sink into it. Meanwhile, my apartment bed, I have a like very firm mattress topper. And so I feel like I get much deeper sleep because I like firmer mattresses back in my apartment. So maybe that's part of it. Who knows? I found a Typically, I get really stressed when reading materials for classes that I need to absorb entirely. So, for example, when I was in my computer systems class, every single thing, or like discrete math, every single thing in that textbook verbatim could be asked about, right? Like even the smallest tidbit of information, if I did not know it, I was costing myself points. And so it's a game of trying to remain focused after that like fifth hour of studying, finding an optimal note taking method and like way to memorize the information. And that's highly stressful and it's hard to, in every respect, right? Uh, but this semester I have a philosophy class, which is read the material. You don't, of course, don't need to understand it verbatim, and you're allowed to bring your notes into class and such. So basically the goal is like understand the text and then, have good notes and things. So if you need to refer to it, you'll have that. And that made mixed reading just so much more enjoyable and has been like a big favorite parts of my days now of when I have philosophy reading homework. Because I just chill on my couch now. I make like some tea or something. Oh God. Oh, I messed that up so bad. Whatever. I make some tea or something. I take my pillow from my room and put it on my couch. And just chill for like an hour or three. However much reading I'm gonna do that day. Man, that's such a good highlight. It sucks that in some respects school has made reading a bit less enjoyable, but at least with this class, it's pretty great. Also, I've been I don't know why. So I bought a bunch of oranges today and had an orange while uh before I studied. And I did not know they were called Cara Cara oranges, and that's the other name for like is it navel or navel oranges? But Cara Cara, which is also like the bird, which is one of my favorite birds. Um anyways, I still had that like citrus smell in my hands, and when I went to take a sip of my tea, I was like, oh my God, like the aesthetic of having like a little orange or like lemon slice on the side of my green tea. And so now I want to go, I don't have time this week, but I want to go to the store and get a lemon purely for the effect of just having a lemon green tea. But more so that citrus flavor than anything. Decent box. Not too unhappy with that. I'm going to take a quick sip of water and then we're going to continue with it. And we may complete this before the stream's over, and we're just going to call an early stream because I got quite a bit of stuff to do tonight. Yeah, so be right back. I like looked away for a second, which is something I definitely shouldn't have done there. Um, but it worked, so. Today, oh yeah, everyone, for those who care, because I think this is a pretty awesome YouTuber, Mini Minuteman, I think that's his name. Uh, I could be messing it up because of all the mini or any or I's and M's and N's. But he's a really funny YouTuber and a good art educator. Makes it fun. He makes these long form videos. Headed to the gym. Okay, have a good one, Rise. Thanks for stopping by. Super late, but I want oranges. Who doesn't? These oranges I have, it has a lot of like pulp on them, and I don't know a good way of getting it off after like I peel them. Any tips are highly recommended. But yeah, Mini Minuteman, Mini Minuteman, I think that's his name. Made a new video today, and I forgot what I was going to comment about it, but it was a very good video. It had Professor Dave Explains in it, which is one of my favorite YouTubers of all time. So that is a big upside to it. Oh yeah, Mini Minuteman. His name's Milo Rossi. I'm just gonna call him Milo, with respect, right? He's doing homesteading, which is, to my understanding, where you have a home and you stead it. More specifically, like you're self-sufficient in the home. You grow your own vegetables, food. I assume, like maybe there's like you collect rainwater. I'm not sure how power goes, but maybe like you have solar panels or such, etc. And he's making a video on it, which is awesome. Go support him in that. But also, like hearing him talk about it and see the progress, it's clearly very hard work, and it's not just for like the faint enjoyer of the notion of homesteading like me. But still, like the notion of having like independent living like that, making your own food, making like a lot of the stuff is just it's obvious, definitely not convenient, but I don't know, I like the notion of it a lot. Like being able to control your own food, which is a point that Milo Rossi makes a lot. Seems like a very, very good thing to do. And like beyond just like controlling your food, blah blah blah, whatever other like immediate benefits, it's just like the notion of being proud of your work. Be like, yeah, I grew that and I made that, and I sustained myself and maybe my family with this. And this would not be the first time I fantasized about a community garden or the sorts on this channel. I think the notion of things like community gardens and things like that is extremely cool. Something I'd like to one day participate in. I feel like every community garden has like tomatoes. I hate tomatoes though. So I'd have to like find a way to enjoy tomatoes for me to actually capitalize from a community garden. But like broccoli, cabbage, carrots, maybe potatoes. Oranges, apples. Actually, I feel like apples are a rare community garden type beet. Because that's like an investment, not just like tossing some seeds in the dirt. Not to be reductive. Cook them. That's the thing. Cooked tomatoes. It may even actually no. It gets rid of the immediate flavor issue. Because like I'll have no, actually no. Cooked cherry tomatoes make me like actually gag. Like trust me, I don't want to be a tomato hater because they're so prevalent and everyone eats them all the time. And I like ketchup, which I know is like comparing for the sake of better world, apples to oranges, but like I'm I don't think I could do it. It's like I think the only things I like actively feel sick to eat. I'll try, of course, every single time I'll try. Is cooked cherry tomatoes, like on kebabs or stuff. And then squash, cooked squash. Those two things make me sick. Respectfully. No, that wasn't as good as yesterday's. But it'll have to do. It's getting pretty messy in the middle there. I did say I was only turning it tiny bit left, so. But that crooked line is so obvious. Rip in peace. I'm a tomato hater too. Oh, am I being carried alongside to the gym, Rise? And yeah, like, I think one of my favorite grilled veggies, even though tomato is a fruit, whatever. Any peppers, red pepper, green pepper, yellow pepper. Onions, ooh. The difference being I'll eat pepper on its own, but like I will not eat or peppers on its own, but I'll not eat like bell peppers mainly. But I'll not eat like grilled onion on its own because like what's the benefit of that, right? That was a bit unfortunate. Ooh, potatoes. I'm just really wanting a potato, onion, bell pepper, like breakfast potatoes. It's hard to watch two streams while drawing at the same time. I'm FNAFing. Please don't feel like you have to split your attention, Bear. Like Sadie stream. Like here's the thing, Sadie streams so infrequently, not infrequently, but like it's much rarer than a Kavel stream, right? Hers actually has like things that are entertaining and engaging. Like I would not be offended if you guys went to Sadie's stream at all. In fact, I highly encourage it because like her channels are new, and so the algorithm is fresh, and we need to boost her channel by all means necessary. And plus, your drawing deserves focus and attention, so I will not be upsetted. Same thing is for gyms or SAF streams. I wonder if we're ever gonna get a SAF streams too. I hope his entrance exams. Oh well. I will take my leave and work on my bear model sheet. Heck yeah. Bye bye. Have a good one. I'm jealous. I want to make a Gravel model sheet. I don't think Gravel's design is finished. I need to make him shorter, like visually shorter, maybe. Or I don't know. Cause like I'm shorter in real life, but I have this stature that like if you just saw me on my own, you'd be like, oh, he's probably average height. And you like put me next to something, you're like, oh, he's shorter. So like I want to do that with Gravel, but at the same time, it's like birds are tiny. Why am I doing this way? Lightweight. I listen to Kavel while working out. Dude, put on some. What's your actually? Later tonight, Rise, when I'm not distracting you in the gym. What's your favorite workout music? Of recent, I've been listening to a lot of like synth, like trying to remember his name. Carpenter Brut, is it? I think. Some of the stuff from like Hotline Miami, Katana Zero, Fury. But my usual go-to gym songs is stuff like Igor. I used to listen to Apache a bit. And Vlad Kaushimar. I don't know. I don't know if that's how you pronounce the name. Good music. Then sometimes, oh my gosh, the dude who made Atrocity Exhibition. I'm kind of like going through the genres in my head, like Atrocity Exhibition, then and then like a little bit of Kendrick, a little bit of Tyler, especially Don't Tap the Glass. A lot of those are in there now. A little bit of Kanye. I don't. Oh yeah, J Cole. I don't typically listen to. In fact, I listened. I can't. Why am I? Kid Cudi. I usually listen to him when I'm drawing, but I have sometimes listened to him in the gym. More so drawing. I enjoy funk and metal in the gym usually. Huge. I haven't listened to funk. What is funk? I need to get on that. Broaden my musical horizons. And then some days I'm so tired of listening to the same music because I do that to myself. And I'll just listen to nothing in the gym. Or no. Actually, no. I have like a kind of a strict policy because like if I'm not listening to anything, it's just kind of awkward. So I listen to like Vinny streams. I have done that. I listen to Joel and Vinny streams while working out. Which is it's a really weird thing to do to avoid having to listen to nothing in the gym. But because like what I'll do, and this was a bad habit. I think this was like a semester ago or something. I had a lot of trouble getting out of bed in the morning, so I'd put on a Vinny stream or like a Germa stream or something, and then like watch it in bed for 5 minutes, get out of bed, go to the gym with it like still playing in my ear. All right, we'll wait for those to dry, take a quick sip of water, and then do our ellipses. Cool. You're a stream fiend, man. Jesus. Yeah. It ain't good. It ain't a good look. Not my best. I think I didn't bend too much right there. Um, wait, yeah, this should have been a much higher degree. Shoot. Whatever. Okay. Ugh. Um, yeah, I'm bad habits with media in general. I feel like I could be a lot better. Um, thankfully it's not like terrible media. I mean, it's Vinny and Joel streams and Jerma streams, right? So it's not like I'm consuming stuff that is, in my opinion, horrible for me. But yeah, this is the thing. I like my excuse, I guess, is I'm doing things with this in my ears. But like the fact that I quote unquote need media in my ears to do things is probably not a good sign. Oof, undershot that started a little bit, but that's okay. That was a much better degree. You're the only person I bother to actually open Twitch to watch it. Well, thank you very much. And you are subscribed, so I owe you a double thanks for that, because yeah. Where you're telling me you're not a Kai Cenat fanatic? I don't. I actually, that's the thing. I don't watch. I'm a VOD watcher. I don't watch streams live. Oof, voice crack live. Because I don't think Vinny's streaming at like 7 a.m. um, but yeah, and I'm like to the point where like, if I want to watch older Germa streams, I either have to try really hard to search for them because they're not going to be that popular, or I just have to wait for new Germa streams. Like, because if I watch compilations, I've literally seen at least probably 80% of the clips, to the point where like the remaining 20% isn't necessarily like something I want to wait for. Which is crazy because these people have been streaming for like a decade or etc. Right? Um, so to like say, oh yeah, I'm out of material, it's like absurd. It kind of amazes me. Like, I can't believe YouTube's just letting me post a video every day. Like, I'm extremely thankful to YouTube and Twitch, but like especially to YouTube for keeping my videos here, because like this could be considered spam content. It isn't. I'm changing it up every day. This is a stream. I'm interacting. I'm cataloging my progress. But like, this is a lot of storage. To think about the margins that YouTube and Google have to be able to store not only this channel, but all these other channels making very low view content. Like I think I average 15 views per VOD, right? Some get weirdly high. I think much prefer watching smaller streamers. I can get that. Yeah, I bet the math is like really weird on that because you have like, you know, the most popular streamers getting like 20 to 70K, right? More and then more, right? But there's not a lot of popular streamers, but there's a lot of watchers. Meanwhile, there's so many more unpopular streamers, such as people like me who get 4 to 5 viewers ish on average. So I wonder how many of people like me are out there. Where like maybe if you added up the bottom 50% of streamers, that's the same amount of viewers that the top 50% get. Or, you know, or probably not the top 50, but it's definitely not an even split. Maybe like the top 10 or something, I don't know. Actually, that's still skewed. Who knows? But what I do know... Oh, I think I much prefer... Sorry, I didn't see that. I was considering that for everyone. Or maybe I did. I don't know. I like watching... Jims! The manga artist herself. Shoot, I wish we weren't... We're actually going to end right here. We're calling it a little bit early tonight. But shoot, Jims, you're making a manga? Not a manga artist. Comic artist? I'd consider you a manga artist. If you're making a manga, it's a manga display. Oh. Wait, let me look at what Kat said. Yeah, Kat said verbatim, new Jim's lore, Kat is making, or Jim's is making a manga. So not a manga. Oh no, the cat misinformation, man. Oh, this is a nice song to end the stream on. Oh, good stuff. Well, I can't wait to see your manga display. Cat's not real. So, quick review. I think the only thing I don't like about this is the top one. I didn't swing enough because I wasn't paying attention to the correct minor axis. So if I swung a bit more, that degree would be higher. But line work wise, I think it turned out pretty nice. Yeah, so everybody say W in chat for Jim's becoming a new manga display artist. I would 100% do it. You can't draw that. Yes, you can. And you could draw one right now. It just wouldn't be to the fidelity that society imposes on. Yeah, whatever. Not going to be preachy. You can do one, though. And we would... True. I agree with that one. But yes, you can do one, Jims, and we're all here to support you. But I think a manga display for all the manga you're going to one day make would be awesome. But yeah, we're going to call it here, everyone. Thank you guys for joining me tonight. Thank you, Jims, Delano, Bear, Rise, Cat. And shout out to go to Sadie's stream after this, everybody. If she's still streaming, I'm not sure, but go say hi to Amygdala for me. All that good stuff. We will not be streaming on Wednesday. And it'll be normal schedule for the rest of the week. We may have a double day off this week. We'll see, depending on how I'm feeling. I have my first exam not next week, so not the upcoming week, but the one after that, the week of the 7th through the 13th. Or wait, oh no, my calendar has 7-day weeks. Yeah, so. We're already coming up on exams, so that week's gonna be bumpy. I'll probably take the 10th off, maybe 2 days off before that. So we'll probably be taking 2 Wednesdays back to back. Shoot, I have my exam's on a Thursday. That's weird. Whatever. Cool. So once again, thank you all for joining me tonight, and I cannot wait to see you guys tomorrow. Bye for now. Shoot, wrong one. There we go. Okay, bye.